All right, guys. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending on the time you're watching this video. So, I received some questions based on the first video I made explaining on how you can use the simple approach to trade forex market, synthetic market, crypto market, and then become profitable. Not just profitable, consistently profitable. Exactly, because it's a different thing to be profitable today, tomorrow, you are no longer profitable. So, meaning that you're winning today all went back to loss in the next trading or next day. So I'm going to explain in details how this strategy why this strategy is simple and how you can apply it and make and be at least 70 to 80% sure of winning the trades or making profit. Let me put it that way. So in the previous video I told you how the setup is, what the software is all about, and how you can do some confirmation for entry and others. But I think from the questions I received so far, some people are a bit confused when I said um, there's a certain alert that is going to show you or allow you know that it's right, it's time, or the time is right for you to probably enter a trade. So not to create too much confusion, I'm going to use Boom 1000 or probably Boom 1000 and any other pair for and explaining that aspect. So this is Boom 1000. I'm going to add the software to the chart. So this time around, I'm not going down or going deep on the analysis, how it works and everything. So I'm just going to just load it direct. Probably you missed the first video. Try and watch it. Is I think the title is Simple Forex Strategy. Simple Forex Strategy. So now this was the first settings, right? I made showing you why I took the sell trade and what prompted it, right? So this was how it looks like at first on the H1 because we are using H4, H1, and then M15. So when you check the left hand side of the chart at the top, so you see the time frame in the highest time frame there is 4 hour, and the least time frame there is H1. Is that clear? So that is that. And I told you that this Fibo works with the middle time frame. So if H4, H1, and M15 is the three time frame, the middle time frame there is what? H1. So meaning that any analysis we are doing here, it is based on the info we got on H1. So I think in the previous video I've explained details on this, so I don't need to start doing all that again. The reason why I'm making this video is showing you something that has not happened, right? To alert you and how you know when it happens. Now, this is on H1. Currently, the trading info is on. Before you should trade now, except probably you understand trading, you do some modifications, then enter and take trade. But probably you don't understand and you don't want to complicate anything since you are just adding the software to your chart. You need to wait for a new signal or new alert before you enter. So let's go to the next time frame alignment. On the next time frame alignment, we are going to switch to the highest time frame we are going to be using this time is daily. The middle time frame is going to be H4. So we're still going to maintain 15 minutes as our entry. Exactly. So immediately we click OK, right? And then we close this. So now we are going to H4 because that is the middle time frame we are using. Now when you come to H4, you see the difference. Already price has gone far beyond the Fibo level. So this is the best one you should be waiting for. Exactly. This is the best one you should be waiting for. But I'm going to analyze or explain what happened at this point where this people is now. As at when this people was here, the signal message was sell side liquidity has been taken out, right? SSL sweep, then there was an impulsive move. So the SSL is around this zone. Liquidity was swept and price created an impulsive move, which result to what? A break of market structure. So immediately this Fibo track this move, it is telling us that we should expect a buy, right? And if we are going to expect a buy from here, using our 15-minute time frame, which is the entry time frame, we want to see a change of character from a bearish move, because the move that came to take out this liquidity and created this massive impulse impulse move or extension move is a what? A sell side liquidity. So we are expecting to what? Buy, which might be a pullback or uh, a continuation in the other way around. So immediately price got here and then we go to our 15-minute time frame. What we just want to see in our 15-minute time frame is that price has changed from bearish to bullish. And how do price change from bearish to bullish? Let me just give you a quick sketch. Let's assume this was how price was coming down at first, right? Creating lower high, lower low, right? Don't mind my drawing, please. So this move is on the downside and liquidity has been taken out and an impulsive move has been made. So what we want to see on 15-minute time frame is 15-minute time frame tell us, okay, it's as if this price is trying to go. So the first sign is that our lower high will be taken out on 15 minutes. Once our lower high is taken out, it creates what we call a new demand zone or a bullish order block, which is after this Fibonacci has landed that area. So now we are expecting, what this indicator will now be telling you that it's okay, we are expecting price on 15 minutes. We are expecting price to come back into this 15 minutes, either using the fair value gap or the demand zone to trigger an alert, give you the buy, give you the entry type, give you the stop loss, and then the TP. So immediately price taps into this zone from your 15-minute time frame after the fib has given you SSL sweep and then probably align this process, then you are going to what? Take your what? On price mitigating it, you take your buy. Then you target probably the next key level or you ride the trade all the way. It all depends on the move. But what is assured here is that you can't just get all this info then make loss continually. No. Out of every trade, let's say out of 10 trades that's going to give you settings like this, there's high probability that 8 or 7 at most is going to fall on profit, while the rest that even fall at loss will not even take up to 10% of your equity, except you are not applying risk management or you are too greedy. Is that clear? So this is the change of character. We want this system to trigger an alert for us, then we buy, or if you can modify it on your own. Now I know some of you will be like, how will I know that there's a change of character? Though the system is going to notify you, there's another software which I have, for those of you who are using this, you can bear witness already that I gave you a software that tells you or that marks the charts for you, that tells you the structure of the charts. I may end up adding it to the chart before this video ends, but for now, this is what we are seeing. So that being said, for those who are waiting for this 4-hour signal now, what they are waiting for is, on the norm, if you are a trader, you should know that price has already changed structure from bearish to bullish. Liquidity has been swept so many times at this point before price even get to this point. So liquidity has been swept and we can see the inefficiency created, the bias created by people who are buying, right? There's an inefficiency. So sellers has to come and feel part of this inefficiency created by buyers. What this means in a real market or in a real life is that you go to a market, buyers are the one who are just buying. Everybody are busy buying, 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 buying. Now, when you are buying, when there's too much of buy or when there's massive buy, at the end of the day, not everyone who is buying are going to consume that goods, right? Some are buying, maybe probably the price is cheap or they can get it at affordable price. So they will buy and keep it, waiting for when there's going to be a scarcity. And when there's a scarcity, they start selling. So people are waiting now. After they have taken enough buy, they are waiting to what? Sell. Because after a buy, there must be a sell. People who have bought, there are people who are waiting to sell. Right? People who bought from all this zone here now, they can see that price is no longer buying, no, or probably the stock, the commodity is now scarce. So let's start selling to those who are going to what? Make use of it. That is just for those of you who study economics and all. If you don't even study economics, if you go to the market, these are things that happen every day. So I'm just trying to break it down so that you get the reasons clearer and more clear. So what some people are waiting for now, for those who are using this system, they are waiting for a move from this position. This thing has been here for probably 3 days now, if I'm not mistaken, 3 to 4 days. So, and it has, from our own view, we have seen that yes, there is an impulsive move. So immediately they receive an alert that this fib level has shifted from here, just the way it shifted on the 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour, and 15 minutes. It's definitely going to shift from here very soon, maybe the end of today or tomorrow. It's going to shift from here because it's working based on calculation. It's going to shift from here and then it's going to take a new position. So when it takes a new position, this is when those of you who are going to be using it for the first time, this is what I was saying in my first video, that this is when you should now consider following the signal. As it is now, don't do anything. You just have to relax. And the system is programmed that once this thing moves from here and take a new position, you are going to receive a message. That was the message I told you, that you are going to see impulsive move under the parameters. Right? So immediately there's an impulsive move and sweep, an alert is going to, so immediately it detects it, it's going to show you, it's going to pop up ASAP. And if you're using VPS, it's going to send you a notification. So when he sends you the notification, yours is to come and check. You can just log in and check. Then you can modify it if there's chances of modification for personal and for instant entry, or you can wait for the signal. What is it called? You can wait for the system to also send you an entry alert. So I made mention of key level in the pause video. Now, if this man should move from here to this point, you need to be very considerate, because we know that this move from 4 hours, this move looks so smooth, right? And we can see that there's so much misplacement of price. What did I mean by misplacement? When you study, for those of you in my class, we talk about volume. When this final top here and this bottom of this third candle, I'm referring to this candle now. I'm just using it as an example though. This candle here, the bottom. So let me mark the bottom. You can see the gap created, which is called the fair value gap. This is misplacement. So most of the candles that created that move has misplacement. So price will definitely come and feel, if not all, part of them. But the key level that led to the break of this structure, right? The key level that led to this break of this structure is around this axis, which is the last bearish and bullish candle before the break is here. Can you see that is from the 4 hour time frame? So that is the key level, because this is where we have two different candles close to each other, right? So that's the key level. So there's tendency. I'm not saying that it's going to be, but based on price action and everything, for those of you who understand price very well, that this thing might drop to this. But if it doesn't drop, we can also know the reasons why it's not going to drop. But we are not after that. We are after making profit and then closing the bag. And if it's not going to come here, we're going to see reactions based on that. So let me clean it. Now, if we should go further, there's one other software which I use, which is called the breaker block order block. Here is a bearish order block initially, which price is supposed to mitigate and start selling, but it fails to respect that zone. That is one. We can also cite another one at this point here, right? So these areas are what we call flip zone in trading. Don't mind my deep analysis and explanation. For, I'm not complicating. I just want to teach you that when you are getting a signal, you don't be too eager to start pushing. Immediately you get your entry, now start calculating where are areas that may likely hold me or hold price not getting to my TP. So that when price get to those zones and you see reaction, if you have made profit, you can close and watch from a distance. Then if it breaks there and go back to retest, you can possibly follow down. So I said there's what we call flip zone in trading. An initial resistance. This really is an initial resistance. That point is an initial resistance. Why this is a resistance? Because price got to that level at first and failed to go above there. Because it was a move now. It failed to go above there and started dropping. But on price break above here. So that is a flip zone. Initial resistance that will later act as support, because when price drops to that zone, if price is dropping to that zone, it's going to react. At first, once it taps into that zone, it's going to react. So it is called an initial resistance that became support, or initial support that became resistance, are what we refer to as flip zone. So I'm just trying to educate you on some things so that it doesn't look like we are just here to push the software. You can still learn one or two even though you are not using the software. So that is that. So this is the best way. This is on if I want to trade this boom now. If I'm a new trader, let's say today is my first time of installing it. I will wait for this move. The alert that will move this man from here to the new point is what I'll be waiting for. So I'll just put my system on or put my VPN on and install boom 500. Leave it on this time frame D1, H4 and M15 or M30, because the M30 and M15 there is just for entry. So the middle one is what matters most, that is the H4. So I'll be waiting for what? A signal, right? And the signal is an impulsive move confirmed on H4 or on D1, whichever one it gives you. Then I'll be looking for opportunity to enter because I can smell opportunity here. So what this software does, it smells area where there's opportunity, and then when it pumps in, it alerts you. That is what it does. So it doesn't just give you buy sell signals all the time. No. It look at the market now. It has been observing for the past 2 days or 3 days now. It has been observing that, okay, let me see what is going to happen next on this market. And immediately get the opportunity, then it's going to definitely give you that signal that you need. So I think the question most of you are asking, I believe those are the newcomers, are how will I know and when is it going to occur? Now let's assume this one has also taken its own position before you see it, or it's the one currently running. Let's check another higher time frame. All right, so the next time frame we are going to be checking is, we are going to switch to weekly. Daily will be the middle one this time around. Then H1 will be the lowest, or M30, whichever one you choose to use. So when we are done, We click OK. Now, mind you, we are no longer on H4, H1 scenario, right? You can even see from the chart or from the dashboard, you can see that the information has changed ASAP, right? It said in June, we have BSL, that means buy side liquidity has been swept. This is talking about daily. It said buy side liquidity has been swept, so we should be expecting what a change of character on H1. So now, let's move to D1 because D1 is the middle time frame here. When you check the dashboard, D1 is the middle time frame. So that's what we're going to check next. So let me zoom back up. Sorry, don't be offended if the video is too long. All these are just for you to get how this thing works so that you won't buy a black market. So now when we come to D1, right, we now get the information more clearer. D1 is already running. So you can see that price broke structure. If you are using your H1 time frame, price has broke structure on H1. So this is more or less like it's coming back to mitigate. And then if this market is moving down, if the price is moving down, now let me first show you something. Before, I know some of you will be like, how do we know that it's a buy side liquidity that was swept? This was an initial high, right? And this was a point where liquidity was resting, right? To me, this move we are on to here is going to be a partial move because the major move has already taken effect. So this was the liquidity that was swept, right? That is the buy side liquidity that was swept, and then the impulsive move and everything that took effect. So we can see that from here, it's as if price has even covered all the area necessary. So what we are seeing in lower time frame are just little opportunity we can leverage on. I'm not saying that there's no possibility there. There's possibility, but unlike somebody who tracked this move at first, imagine you track this move and you're able to use your 1 hour to sell all this way down. So you can see there, I think I took the trade and I made, there was a day I made them almost $30. I took the trade though. I think I shared it in the group. Is it $50 or $30? I can't remember. It's been days now because there are other trades I took during that period. So what we are seeing here, or any opportunity we are getting here, which we can just leverage on, are just possibilities of what price doing. So the target was supposed to be this zone, but due to, yeah, if you check, I shared the signal with you, then I told you that this is where price is coming. I can remember here. So price came there, reacted for 1 day, then the following day went below that point. So we've leveraged on it. So this impulse move up now is what we are leveraging on the 1 hour and then M15, just to catch up some little profit. Exactly. So this means this strategy are usually, this daily time frame, weekly, and all this are usually used by swing traders. So you can see that now it's still telling us that we have opportunity to sell. So we are still marrying along the sell and sell things. So if you're using the daily time frame, probably you might be late to the party. What we are seeing in your H1 and H4 are just little leftovers, right? And there's still possibility that price may still come. If it has ambition or mission to continue down, price may still come all the way to this target, which is this extreme end, to come and take out this external liquidity resting here. Because after an external liquidity, the next thing is internal liquidity. So this move was for internal liquidity. If price has the mission to go down, it might come down for this external liquidity resting here, then break below before it reshapes and give us another opportunity for it. So the strategy is so clear that you, even though you are new, with my explanation so far, you should get that, oh, this is not just something I'll be doubting or be skeptical about. It is you getting it, and I have the assurance you are going to make profit with it. Either you are trading Forex, synthetic indices, crypto, whatever you are trading, there's no problem. Now, to satisfy your curiosity, let's check what is happening. Let's use the same analysis, but I'll be very fast this time. Let's use the same approach on gold, right? Let's use the same approach on gold. So on gold now, I'm just going to add the software to gold, right? So we are just going to run fast with the 3 time frame, right? So this is for the 4 hour, 4 hour and others. I told you, if you watch the previous video, I told you that we were doing. I missed the buy, so you can see. So at least if you are even this, you can use this PF guy lookup to exit the market if you're not too greedy. So only the move from here is can make you a single trade. You can make over $20 with it. That is just what I'm very certain about. So with this single move, so this is for 4 hour, 1 hour, and then 15 minutes. Now let's see what's happening on the other side of the chart. So on the other side, let's use the D1 and H4. Are you getting it now? D1 and H4. So let's just give it an approval. So let's see. For us to see the position of the feed, we have to go to 4 hour time frame. So you can see that on the 4 hour time frame, price has been dropping bastardly, right? So let's assume you immediately track this point from your 15-minute time frame. Even if at all you missed using your 15-minute time frame to probably get the entry, you will have used this breaker block for entry. Though if you're on your lower time frame, you'll have gotten the opportunity to sell, right? So you can see that the sell was so massive, and this has been in few days back now. So you'll be waiting patiently again for this 4 hour to give you another buy scenario, another buy setup. On mitigating it, you fire down, right? Because we only have BSL, which is a sell side liquidity taken out, and then price started bouncing all the way down. So if you are skeptical or you're doubting where the sell side liquidity was taken out, at least you can see many moves all the way up. The first liquidity that was swept as a result of an impulsive move was this point, right? Bounce all the way, then Fibonacci tracked it, so we sell back all the way down. Are you seeing it? So this is for the H4, D1, H4, and then M15. So let's check the last part, why I call it a day, so that I'll be so sure that I've successfully answered every questions, right? Every questions regarding this strategy or method of trading. So let's move to the next one, which is the weekly D1 then H1. This is where we now touch so now we are done with the first aspect. So this time around we have to go to the middle time frame. Here is what D1. So we have to go to D1 and then let's see what is happening. So on D1, for the past few days, price is still what? Selling. Price is what? Selling. Because we've gotten a sell opportunity earlier. So what price came to do was mitigate, I think on that 4 hour, was to come and mitigate a bearish order block resting on the D1. So price is selling all the way down again. So all the ones you saw, that buy opportunity we cited on H4, H1 was just a mere pullback, right? It was just a mere pullback. So the original trend from this time is what? Banging down straight up, giving us a double top formation. So there's possibility price may drop further. Don't forget that this is a weekly analysis and weekly stroke daily. So it's just a follow up. Now this will also help you know which phase of the trend you are trading on your H4, H1, M15. Exactly. That is just the information. It helps you to know, should I hold this trade, or hope it's not just a mere pullback in the higher time frame. So I think that has cleared all the whole issue. So for those of you still asking, I don't get it. I think with this now, everything is clear, right? So this is a clear and a plain detailed stuff. I'm not saying you should buy it by force. I'm just showing you you can learn even without paying and getting it. You can learn how to go about some trading moves, how you can do your own analysis with this method, right? It will help you. Okay, this method, this person, let me use the manual method. If I don't have the money to purchase the software, you can go to your chart and start applying it. The software is just to make everything easy for you and then make it a free flow. Exactly. So that is just the essence of this whole thing here. So don't forget it still has scanner. You can scan all the information you are seeing here are what is happening on the weekly time frame of every other pair. Exactly. So anyone you feel you can still go and check, you can open the chart. If it is this BTC USD, you can open the chart and check what is the analysis there. You can see Euro USD still saying we have similar moves. So that is what the scanner does for you. The scanner goes through as you are moving, the scanner too is scanning other pair for you in the same time frame format. So it's not just a mere tool like some of you may think. Alright, that being said, thanks for watching and then see you in the next one.